What the deal? What the deal? Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. How y'all feeling this good day? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning and welcome to Homeroom. This is a show where we talk about pop culture, hot topics, and everything in between before your day gets going. This is your space to laugh, your space to think, let your hair down, kick back, put your feet up, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get to it. I appreciate y'all having y'all here, man. Who's in the building? This fruit in the building. My man True Fat God is definitely in the building today. My man TFG is definitely in the building ASAP. Kevin Finley is definitely in the building. I appreciate y'all for tapping in first and early. I appreciate y'all, man. Wait for a couple more people to pop in. Um, I'm good, Kevin, man. I'm good, bro. I'm blessed, bro. I can't front. I'm blessed. It's definitely gonna be some testimony today. You know, God is good always, and you know, going through some tough times, but God is pulling me through. So I'm good, man. I'm glad you asked. Thank you, my good brother. Um, and man, thanks again. You held me down. Like we'll talk, but you'll know it. But you held me down, bro. So I appreciate that for real. Daniel is definitely in the building. Hey, you like my intro? Yeah, man. I'm trying to look semi-professional. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Yeah, man. How you feeling today? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I know the world is crazy right now. All kind of news and Republican, Democrat stuff, politics, religion, life, struggles, bills, government. It's crazy right now, man. But I'm hoping we all can find some kind of peace to get through these days because I'm not the type to sit and want to feel hopeless in this, tricky world we're in, whatever, right? We got family to raise. A lot of us are sons and daughters and wives and husbands and children of people and great friends of other people. So I don't want to ignore what's going on. We got to be conscious of what's happening around us, but also I don't want us to sink into that hole of like, we're so worried about what's going on in the world that we can't allow ourselves to live, and especially live for the people who count on you and you count on. So, yeah, we want to change the temperature on that. We're not going to focus on the negative so much. And I know we go through our things, that's why I pray for people. And that's why I support in any way that I can or, hold them down as good as I can. And hopefully somebody can find comfort in that. You know what I mean? Just like I find it in people who help me, my friends, my wife, my church, my family in some kind of way, in certain ways. This show's been holding me down. Homeroom has been holding me down, straight up. And I appreciate every single one of y'all for it. For real. Oh, Daniel, man, look, man. I hope all is well, and I'm definitely praying for whatever this is, you get through it. Whatever this is, God smooth you through it. I pray He covers you, and I pray He protects you on your way through your thing. I talked about this all the time. I said one of my mother's favorite sayings to me is biblical: is "This too shall pass." So I know we have these moments where we be down, but if you could just hold on a little bit, trust me, you'll look at that like, damn, yeah, I remember that thing had me down at one time, but I'm glad I got past that. So I'm praying you get past that, brother. I'm praying you covered, and I'm praying that all is well in your household and your family, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I really pray that for you. I really hope for that for you, bro. And hopefully today we can maybe bring some laughter in your life, make you smile a bit, make you feel a little good. Sometimes it's good to have something you can tune into or a support system or family that can get your mind off of the hardships of life and let you escape a little bit. And I don't mean escape like people use vices like drugs, alcohol, stress, or whatever. I just mean like sometimes you need to maybe laugh, have a great conversation, sometimes do some work, sometimes flood yourself into passion. So I'm really hoping that for you, Daniel, man. I hope you get through that, man. And hey, one thing for sure, I empathize. Not that I know what you're going through exactly, but I empathize because I definitely have my days where I be feeling deep down, dark in a hole. So I empathize with you, and I'm praying for you, brother, for sure. My brother Shaq is definitely in the building. Shaq, what's goody? And Shaq, man, look, hey, Shaq, I hope last time we talked, chopped it up. I still haven't kept my word. I got to keep my word. Matter of fact, Shaq, can you go online today? Is that something you can do? Maybe I can send you a link and you can come online. We can chop it up today. I'm not saying chop it about. I'm not talking about your business on the screen, but maybe we can just chop it up anyway. Shaq, I hope all is well with you. Last time we talked, we said we have to say some prayers and cover you in the best way that we see fit, which is, for me, is biblical. You were covered. You were supported. We always have supported you. Hopefully, the things you've been going through this year are coming to pass, or hopefully it's about to come to pass. But you're alive. You're here. That alone is a blessing. That's one thing we always got to understand. The fact that you are here right now, if you can hear my voice, if you can see me on the screen, it's already a blessing. You know what I mean? I woke up this morning. If I don't ask God for nothing else, I thank him for that. That 100%. Beezy is definitely in the building. Beezy, peace. Salute, 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 salute. Top of the morning to you. It's all good, Shaq. We're going to get it in, though. That's my word, bro. Electrical, that's good. See, you know, it's crazy. I got a couple of friends who are electricians, and I'm not saying you are an electrician or not. I'm assuming you are. That's an awesome job to have, you know, because even with AI doing like a lot of stuff, but when it comes to like your like your electricians and plumbers and construction workers and welders, AI is coming for a lot of jobs, but it's a lot of jobs that have been safe and a lot of jobs that people are still hiring. So that's dope, man. Salute to you for that. Because I know tons of friends are losing jobs back and forth. You know what I mean? And absolutely, bro. You never got to thank me for prayers. I'm covering it. It's my duty as a man of Christ. I'm not perfect. I'm jacked up. I'm messed up like the rest of us. But I'm always going to pray for somebody because it ain't about because me, I don't have the power. So what I do is pray, and God has the power. So whatever, I believe that God is a God of answer prayers, and whatever I pray through, God will bring you through it. So once I pray that, or once you pray that for somebody, God takes over from there. He'll handle it. You just got to believe it. Stand in faith. Believe it. GFS Blackout is definitely in the building. What's up, my good brother? What's up, my guy? Jen is definitely in the building. Salute, 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 salute. Shout out to all you brothers. God did, for sure. Yes, sir. Oh, Shaq, man, that's awesome, man. That's a great job, bro. That's a good job. How long have you been an electrician? And, bro, look, if you're in the middle of doing some shit, fixing some wires or cutting something, don't pay attention to me. Just listen. I don't need you shocking yourself trying to type in the comments. But I hope all is well. I hope all is well with you. We're gonna talk about some things today. I got one small thing I'm gonna talk about, but I have a bigger conversation I want to talk about, and hopefully we get some more women to fall in today. And men also, I want to know you guys' opinion on something. A conversation that I heard a young lady have on Instagram. I saved the video, so I'll show y'all the clip. And It's Dub TV is definitely in the building, and yes, 1,000%. You ain't never lied about that. When people pray for you, that's love. It's the purest form of love when you pray for someone. When you genuinely pray for someone, you're giving all the power to God, all the glory to God, believing that God can pull you through. That's why you don't pay. That's why you don't pay about pray. You don't pay about pray. You pray when you're serious. You know what I mean? Because if you joke and pray, you're still talking to the one who can do it all. So salute to you for saying that. That's right. Prayer is love. God is love. Oh, okay. You let them silly. I dig it. Yeah, Brian, once you try to type a comments while you clip that wire, I don't need me being the first time you get injured on the job. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all following in, man. Especially when y'all be at work tuning in, man. I appreciate that because I know y'all can't really watch. So that's dope. Keep JT lit is definitely in the building. Homeroom is home. Okay, man. My brothers are coming through, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all 100%. Look, speaking of prayer and God and all these things like that, I've seen this I've seen this post of this guy think he's a preacher out of Africa somewhere. It's not Nigeria. I forgot. Let me get the picture for y'all. And this is the problem. I don't be so mad at when it comes to false teaching or false prophets. I don't be so mad at them. Yeah, technically, yes, I am mad. I don't like when anybody. I don't like heretics or anybody twist scripture or steal money or use the gospel to front their evil, nasty, dirty, filthy doings. I'm not for none of that. For those type of so-called pastors, but what really I would really be, kind of in the words of Peter Griffin, grinds my gears is when the people who hear these things and follow it, and sometimes it's not as. Sometimes the scripture can get tricky. Sometimes a twisting of a word or a twisting or taking something out of context can be tricky for the person who's not an avid reader in the Bible. So there's a large form of manipulation there, right? But also for the people who downright aren't listening to someone, if you don't hear the stupidity in some of these sayings, or if you're not using discernment, you know that feeling you have when somebody lying? You don't know why you know they lying, but you know that, like, I don't know. Or that feeling when you aren't supposed to be with somebody, not like in a relationship. I mean that too, but you ever been with somebody or standing with some friends or something, or somebody walk up to by you and sit by you, you just don't like that feeling you got, and you feel like you need to get away from them. All these feelings, all that feeling is in all those scenarios is your discernment, right? It's your inner feeling. How I explain it in layman terms. This is not my definition by far, but it's like your spidey senses to tell you something ain't right. It's your spirit speaking to you, telling you something ain't right about this. Something ain't right about this, or this is off. Get away from this person. Get away from here. I don't like. Maybe I need to leave this party. I don't need to be here. I don't need to go there. Damn, maybe I should eat that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Or I don't know the scripture that well, but this sounds like it's off. All them things are discernment, right? So we have to use discernment. I even pray for discernment. For those who aren't avid readers of the Bible, you're trying to get into your Bible early. You're now starting to read the Bible or go through things like that. Or and I know I'm talking to Christians, but I'm not a Muslim, and I'm not Jewish, and I'm not a 5%er, and I'm not a Buddhist. I'm not, so I don't know how to talk in those kind of terms as far as how the rules go, or what the parameters of being in another religion, how it works out, right? And no disrespect to nobody. I'm all love for sure. So, but when I'm talking for people who are followers of Christ, use your discernment, and pray for discernment, because even before you get to the word, you can pray for discernment, and God will lead you away from somebody and off of somebody, right? So this preacher, let me show y'all this. Let me show you this post I saw, and then we'll get off all this. This ain't a religious podcast today. We're not doing that. Just throw a drop something on y'all real quick. So check this out. A South African pastor claims he received a divine vision in which Jesus revealed his return to earth on September 23rd through the 24th, 2025. It says South African pastor claimed the Feast of the Trumpets, also known as Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, will mark the rapture and judgment day, now less than 2 weeks away. Thoughts? Let me tell you something. One thing the Bible is very clear about, right? It's not a context thing. It's not a metaphor thing. It's not if I put these two verses together, see, then that come after that. And if you use that verse, then see what he's talking about there is, no. One thing the Bible is very clear about is you will not know the time nor place. He will come like a thief in the night. Nobody knows. Nobody knows but the Father. Period. The angels don't know. Nobody knows but the Father. All that he talking about, he gonna give you specific dates because God told him. God pulled him to the side and just like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the dates. I know I said in the Bible, forget that. I'm gonna tell you the dates. And you know what? give me, let's say in between these two times. I don't know a time for sure, so I'm not gonna give you a time yet, but let's say the 23rd and the 24th. Yeah, tell them that. That never happened. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If I ever sat down in a church and a pastor said that, I'm walking right out. Let me be clear. If I was in my home church, my actual church, and my bishop, the loving Mr. Dr. Michael J.T. Fisher, if my bishop said he had a divine encounter with God and God told him, you know what? Tell him I'm coming back on the 23rd and the 24th. They're going to keep the party going. You know what I'm going to do? When he say that, when the last thing come out of his mouth say, and God said that, I'm going to stand my fat ass up, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to walk out the church. Walk straight out the door. That's what's going to happen. Because that's absolutely insanity. That is absolutely insane for somebody to try to get that off. No. That ain't happening. We got to be better than that. We have to be better than that. That ain't happening. Let me see. That's an absolute fact. Very clear on that. It's not out of context. You don't gotta know, you don't gotta bring verses together. You don't gotta, tie this back to the New Testament, then the Old Testament. Very clear. Very clear. You know what I'm saying? Very clear. So if your pastor ever stand up, hopefully that's not your pastor. Here's the thing. That if you are bold enough to say that, because you know you're lying, first of all. You know you twisting the scripture. You know you're lying. You know you're deceiving the people. So ain't no telling what you said before, and ain't no telling what you're going to say tomorrow. When that happens, stand up as people, rise up, walk your ass about that church. That is not church for you. That's not. And until that pastor repent, apologize, repent as he should, apologize to the church, and make up for his mistake, publicly make up for his mistake, telling you I messed up or I twisted the scripture or whatever the case may be. Until that happens, I wouldn't be back. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And somebody who don't apologize for that, I don't trust them. You got to be clear. What happened? What made you do that? That's not happening. We're not doing that. Jay Heat is definitely in the building. Appreciate you falling through. Yeah, we're not doing that. See, it's photo up. He know what's up. Yeah, we not. You said what it said. The Bible says what it said. Period. We're not doing that. But anyway, I seen that, man. I was like, yeah, nah, we ain't doing that. That's stupid. You know. Hold up, bam. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I was getting another video clip. Man, so what's up, man? How y'all doing today? Talk back to me. I got a topic, but I just don't want to go in so early. I do got something I want to talk about. This clip of this girl voicing her opinion on some things, and I do want to hash it out, break it down, see what our thoughts is on it. You 100, that's good, man. I hope, man, I had a good week. For the most part, I had a good week. You know, a lot of ups and downs with emotions. But sometimes you got to look back and be like, you know what, man, I was at a down point on that day, or maybe in that season it was dark a little bit, but it did bring me here. It's the stuff you learn in those down moments that kind of helps you appreciate where you come from and what it took for you to get there. You know what I mean? When it's like the job you got, or somebody, talking to somebody wealthy and rich. Because sometimes we meet them and we see them as that, right? Somebody wealthy or super rich. And you just like, dang, you lucky, you just got it. But sometimes what we never see is the path what happened before that the many nights not seeing family, the times you told your wife, man, just hold on, trust me, believe in me, it's coming. I know it's gonna work out. Please believe in me. You know what I mean? The discussion y'all had of you and your girlfriend probably breaking up because you can't provide like you wanted to or you once wanted to. And she's a young lady who it's tough on her. Her money probably low, y'all money low, so y'all dealing with stress. You know they say finances is the number one cause of divorce. Finances. I think infidelity. Finances did infidelity, or other way around. I forgot what it is, but it's either one or two. Finance is either one or two reasons for divorce, right? Because it's tough to try to live through life. You know what I mean? Getting that done. Top of the morning to Breezy. Top of the morning to Dogface is definitely in the building. Appreciate y'all. Any video forgot as red as hey, bro. Excuse me. A lot of times, what I've come to realize is a lot of people just want titles. They want the title of like minister, pastor. I'm talking about church, right? Or in a dealing with theology. A lot of people want the titles, right? Whether scholar, whether apologist. You have pastors, preachers, ministers, right? Bishops, right? Now this is old school, and nobody technically called themselves like that. But I even see people in the modern time call themselves an apostle, right? So a lot of times people are just hung up on titles. But it's like us in a working class world. You want to be CEO, you want to be COO. I want to be owner, founder. I want to be management, senior vice president of something. Like, people are infatuated with titles. It makes you feel like something. Like it's almost like you accomplished something. It's like being in the Hall of Fame. You get to wear your gold jacket, right? You know what I mean? Or the Masters, where you get the Masters, the green jacket, right? Or you win the Masters, you get to wear your green jacket. They know when you wear that green jacket, you say, hey, look, everybody, I'm in the Hall of Fame. And nothing wrong with it if you're proud of that because you accomplished it. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying how humans are infatuated with titles. They just, a lot of somebody who is divinely chosen by God is appointed to be a pastor of a church somewhere, right? If that happens, I'm not saying this pastor should have all the answers in the world because nobody does, but he should at least guide you in a way that has been written as far as the Bible goes, or a rabbi as far as the Torah goes, or the Pentateuch. I don't want to get it twisted, but you understand what I'm saying? You should at least be well versed in that. Take a pay down, get the workout, about to have some laundry going, and shower, breakfast, rise, basic. Hey, brother. Hey, let me tell you something, Kevin. Once I hit my 40s, I realized this whole thing right here, that's a productive day. That's a productive day. And when you get older, for the youngins and who are listening, when you get older, you just appreciate a productive day. Let me bring that up again. He said took a paid day off. He's paid today, right? Getting the workout in, health. About to get some laundry going, cleanliness, right? A shower and breakfast, good mental relaxation. Clean your body, feed your body, right? Let me get it back. Let me get it back on screen because it's going too fast. Later, I'm gonna clean my garage, cleanliness again, order, restore and order. That's what that's about, right? And make some mini steak fajita quesadillas. That's a day. That's a productive day. That is, hey, I appreciate that. Tafashe. My man Tafashe is definitely in the building. Good morning to you, my good brother. Glad to see you here today, man. For real. Appreciate you. Hey, that's the day. Some good music, get some good cleaning going, get a good bite to eat. Took a shower, get all that stuff. After that feeling when you first, after you done cleaned up, you sweaty and all that stuff like that. Then you go take a shower Here's the part that people really underestimate. They underestimate the feeling of a midday shower, right? There's your morning showers, you fresh up, about to get the day going, got to get that in. There's your night showers. You've been out all day doing everything. A whole outside is on you. You know, black people, we say outside. Well, outside is on you, right? So you got to get the outside off you so you take a shower at night. What people underestimate is, not that they don't do it, just we don't talk about it enough. The midday shower? Oh, that's heaven. The midday shower have you feeling brand new. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That midday shower, huh? And see, here's the thing. When you get older, you appreciate these things. You see how excited I sound over reading about Kevin Finley's day? That's a good day. That's a great day. You're above ground, first blessing, right? You got a house and a garage to clean, second blessing. Good health, he got his sight, he got his hands, he got the mobility to walk around, right? That's another blessing. You know what I mean? Like, you see all the blessings? He can cook to feed himself. He got the brain power to clean, to eat, cook and eat and feed himself. Another blessing. So we look at life differently. I know. As you get older, if you're growing, as you get older, your values change. The things you appreciate change. So though I may have wanted like some shoes or go out and go look for where the girls at or whatever the case may be back in the day, right? All that changed as I got older. You know what I mean? Then I wanted a wife, so I got married. I wanted a kid. I have a son. I wanted support system. I got a church and a good family and friends that surround me. Even with content creator, I want to build a page and do content, and I'm building a community here. And what's crazy is it feels so good that now that I've started this community and I'm tapping in, I'm starting to see who my regular support people are. So when y'all tap into Tafashe's and Sunshine Baby and Dogface and Nick, Kevin's, the Breezy's, the you know what I mean, all the people that fall in, like, I'm genuinely happy to see. It's a community. We're building something. It's like homeroom. Remember, you went to school, went to homeroom. There all your peoples go. You knew who was gonna be there. If they didn't, you like, man, where was you going with? He ain't come to school today. He's sick. What happened? No, you heard. Man, last night he got he in the hospital for what? Yeah, remember he fell off that. I'm making up a conversation here, but that was how homeroom was. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. You know. Hey, Ken, let me tell you this. Look, let me go here. Boom. Where we at? Where you said to smell good? Right here. I'm going to admit. hey, Breezy. That's a fact. that's a fact. The midday shower. Look, don't take a midday shower and lay in the bed. Oh, it's over. I don't care what you had to do. It's done. It's a wrap. Hey, Kev, when you said this, I'm gonna keep it 100. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. And I'm not embarrassed to say this because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna look you dead in the face when I say it. Right? When you talk about spray on some good fragrance, you know what I did? It's probably not. It's not embarrassing to be. It's not embarrassing to me. But I did this because I want to know. Right? So you know how you scroll on Instagram and you see all these pages about celebrity clones and celebrities and the clones or perfumes they use, right? And they show you the clones, perfumes, whatever. And then the one dude who like hella no perfume and colognes, he'd be like, "Yeah, but why pay $333 when you can get this dupe for $50?" Got to say, and then they do the whole thing. You got hints of amber. You got the cinnamon comes in, right, and then you got a little hint. There's the fruity go in, the fruity side come in, and then you get about a good 12 hours before it drops off, and then it comes to a lighter. That's what they sound like. For people who know that, y'all know they sound like that, right? So they tell you about people, what kind of clones they use. These whether it's Tom Ford and Baccarat and Bond Number 9, and then they'll show you all the dupes. Basically the copies, the mimics of the top brands for like 90% off of the price, like a 10,000 markdown, right? And I'm like, damn, like, is that a real thing? Do niggas be buying dupes? And if I buy dupes, do I look at that the same? Because one thing I never got into was buying fake shoes. I never in my life did. They got super, what is it? Super not super copies. I forgot what they call. But they got your I forgot the grades they are. But anyway, I never bought fake Jordans anything. I never was into that. I don't care if they came out they hit you with they from the same factory. They just didn't go out and I didn't even do those. I forgot the name of the copy. Super copies are super perfect or something, whatever they call it. One of y'all probably know it. But I never was into that. But so I'm looking, I'm asking around, I asked my brother, I said, damn, if I buy a dupe, because I want to see. Because these ads be getting me. They be telling me, like, well, I bought a Bond Number 9 for $500 when you can buy this dupe for $30. Sell it on Amazon. They got the same, they're showing you got the same hints of flavor and, smells in it, fragrances, but not as much as it costs. And sometimes, depending on the dupe may hold longer as far as fragrance. Sometimes shorter, but it's on you. You only paid $30 for a bottle that's $400 or something. Anyway, but so I was paying attention to the people who marketing dupes on the internet. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to see. I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm not going to post it on the internet because I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. But what I'm about to do, I'm about to buy a dupe. So I bought two. I bought one. I should bring them in here. But I don't know what copies they were though. Babe, could you do me a favor? Could you bring me both of my dupes, my colognes in there on the bottom? No, look, Kev, I feel you 100%. I'm not, however people decide to do, I ain't mad at that. 100%. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. However you decide to do, Kev, I'm not mad at that because obviously I got real cologne also, right? But I want to see. Can you really, are the dupes really like the originals, right? Like how far off are they, dude? So, nigga, what? Let me tell you something. I bought two. And I forgot what dupes these are from. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna Google them. So I'm gonna tell you which one this is a dupe of. Because I smelled the other one, I just forgot. Let me see. One called, let me go to Google. Vintage Radio. Let me see. Dupe of Vintage Show. Okay, boom. So, hey, it's for dub. That's real. Look, let me tell you, look. So, let me tell you which one that messed me up. This is the first one I bought. Vintage Radio, right? This was like, oh, ready camera. Okay, boom. So I bought this one first, Vintage Radio, right? And this bottle's a 3.4 ounce, right? It was like $28. It's a dupe of Initio Paragon. And if you know Paragon, fire. Dumb fire. But Paragon like $300 or $400, right? This, I want to see, I'm only paying $28. Let me see how close it is, right? So I'm going to open up and show it for you. This was the dupe of that, Paragon. And I'm going to show you the size because it's crazy. Pause. First of all, can I get it out? Oh, there you go. Boom. First of all, check this out. Look at this box. Look how big this box is. For $28? Vintage Radio. $28. It's a dupe of Paragon. And I don't know if y'all know Paragon, fire. Paragon like a couple $100, $300, I think. This is $28. Fire. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm not even joking with you. I wouldn't lie to you. Fire. This is, look, it's so crazy that now, like, having the money or not, why would I buy Paragon? To me, why am I buying Paragon when I can have this for $28? Get me right in the ballpark. You know, I do my test. I do my test on my wife. I throw these colognes on, like, babe, what you think? What? She like, fire. You smell hella good, right? That's a fact. That, hey, I'm telling. Let me be the guinea pig. If y'all be seeing them ads on Instagrams, this is 1-on-1 vintage radio. It's a clone of a dupe of Paragon, Initio, right? This is the other one too. Let me show y'all this other one. And this is my wife's favorite. Put this back in the box though. Give me a second. Look how big the box is too. For $28, that big ass bottle. Come on, man. If I'd have bought Paragon in this size, forget about it. So let me show you. This is Scepter. Let me see. Let me show you what Scepter is a dupe of. Yep. Now I haven't spelled this personally, but I heard it's fire. A couple of my homeboys got it. So Scepter, big ass bottle. Look how big the bottle is. You know my head is big, and I'm a big dude, so look how big this bottle is. This big ass box, right? There's no little bottle in there. The box is full, right? Well, it ain't this big, but I'll show you. Pause first of all. I'll show you. But Scepter is a clone, a dupe of God of Fire by Stefan Humbert. For those who know, you know, right? Fire. My boys told me dumb fire. They got bottles, but the bottle's expensive, right? So I bought Scepter. Scepter was like 21, maybe. 21 at the most. It was like 31. Let me show you the bottle. It's a dupe of God of Fire. Let me show you. So this is how you open it. Look at that. Oh, sorry. That's clean. That's clean. That's a nice size. Fire. Fire. And on Amazon. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Look, I'm not, look, hey. I'm not in position to buy Baccarat right now. Or bond number 9 of whatever bottle I'm about, whatever bottle, New York or the festival bottle, or whatever. I'm not in position to do that right now. You know what I can do though? Buy something to smell just like it. Cause you know why? When my wife say, "Damn, babe, what you got on?" Oh, you know what I'm saying? When my wife say, "Oh, you smell good. Where you going?" Right? Right? I'm trying to tell y'all. Breezy, no. Look, I love me a good dude. Boom. Oh yeah, Rihanna for sure be talking about, man, what? They'll tell you. A good dude. Oh, Kev, so with Scepter, I think Scepter lasts 6, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I got the bottle switched up, right? But Scepter lasts at least 6 hours. So I told you sometimes the dupe lasts longer than the original, right? The one they copied from. Fire, bro. Like, you can't beat that for like both of these bottles are under $30. If maybe $31, but under $30. On Amazon, the bottle be to you tomorrow. Right? And it's a dupe for all this shit, right? Especially if I'm like you going through, you living life and you want to look, you live in life. The money ain't coming right now as much as you need it to be. Not where you can spend $400 on a bottle of cologne, right? And rent coming up and car note, right? But also, nigga, you a fly nigga. You need to, be cool and dressed up for your life or your wife or your lady or something like that. You can't not stop living and stop being fresh because your money ain't. You know what I mean? You ain't got the money to buy Gucci. Cool, just buy a dope outfit from one of these other stores. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or get on Fashion Over Me and then find a dope outfit on there or something. I don't know. For cheap. Boho Man. What's it? Boo Man? Boo Man, find a dope outfit on there for cheap. You still fly? Women want to see you look good. Period. Everything ain't about labels and brand labels and all that. I'm not the nigga that's going to serve you that because I can't do all that. And really, on some real talk, I'm not a label nigga anyway. Whether I've been up and down in my life with money. I never was a buy the label, show the whole Louis across my whole shirt. I never was that guy. Right. So, I'm a big guy. So I got to accent well. I'm not ignorant of my size. So I just wear anything. That doesn't happen either. So when it comes to cologne thing, it's like, yeah, I'm not paying $400 for. I got $400 for that, but I got $30 for a bottle that smells just like that, right? My wife still be like, damn, that smell bomb when I put it on in the house. That reaction for $30, yeah, nah, I'm on that. I'm on that. I'm on that. But anyway, these are two I bought. There's some more I want. There's a Tom Ford cologne I was looking to. Matter of fact, I got let me show you. I made a dupe list on Amazon with some fragrances that I want to buy, but I got dupes for those fragrances. So I just got to find the list. Let me see. Let me show the list. I'm gonna put the list in here so y'all can see it. Let me see where we at. Oh, let me go to the list. Sorry. So here's my dupe list. The one of the most expensive ones in here is $109, and it's an $87 one. The rest of them dumb cheap. But I'm putting my list in here. Let me show you. Let me see. Oh, wait. I meant to do it here. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it here. But yeah, man. Let me see. I'm going to look for the dude. Hey, Kevin. I'm going to look for the dude, my good brother. Bond number 9, Chelsea Knights. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it to you. That's a fact. Yeah, you got to, man. Come on, man. We got to work it out. Breezy, we got to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Copy link. Okay, I'm gonna send it in the chat right now. Watch this. So y'all can see my Where about? Wait, hold up. What the hell? Oh, here you go. What the hell? Oh, here you go. Cut the volume down. So this is my fragrance list, right? All my dupes list. And I forgot. I got it written down like what they're dupes of. But they all like dupes like Tom Ford, Louis Vuitton. I forgot the Louis Vuitton brand. I like. It's sick. Baccarat, Bond number 9. I'm gonna look for right now, Kevin. I'm gonna look for. Let me see. Oh, it's not dupe of it. Let me see. Yeah, all right. You think it ain't a dupe? Let me show you. Let me see if they have it on Amazon. I don't think they got it on Amazon, but they got it on Do It though. Yep, they got it on Do It. Boom. Okay, here you go. What? Can I share this? How do I share this? What I share? They do, Kev. They got a dupe of it, my good brother. I found it right here. Let me see. Bar number 9. Yep. Wait, did that link send through when I sent? No. So look, that first link I sent was to my Amazon dupe fragrance list, right? All of the dupes are like Tom Ford, Louis Vuitton, Bond Number 9, a bunch of popular Baccarat, a bunch of popular. You can look up the brand and ask what it's the dupe of. It'll tell you what the dupe of because I don't have them listed on Amazon. But I made a whole Amazon list. And that second link I sent is the Do It brand, the dupe to a Bond Number 9 Chelsea Knights. And if you don't do a brand, that's a good dupe brand. They make a lot of good dupes. And oil from Motwack. My brother Motwack is definitely in the building, man. Glad you're here, my good brother. PJ Allen is definitely in the building. Salute, 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 salute. It's always the dude. Rich Religion is definitely in the building. I got YSL in here. I ain't got to do YSL yet because my favorite YSL I have in here. But when I run out, which I don't really run out of colognes like that. I don't use colognes that much. I use it when I like go out and go out date nights or go to an event. Then I'll use it, but I'll use it like everyday cologne wear. You know, I drive. I do content and I drive and I do Uber shit. So ain't no need for me to be having cologne on every day all the time. So, yeah, that's the thing. The ingredients are what they are, right? So once you have like a kind of and here's the thing we gotta understand: just like shoes, just like clothes, just like anything else. Excuse me. A lot of these places don't have their own factories. That's why they ship from overseas. They got big old warehouses that make a bunch of different things, and then in these same factory they sell to a bunch of different people. So though you may be buying a hoodie from Nike, you are also buying a hoodie from Adidas. You are also buying a hoodie from Puma, and they all coming out the same factory with their different little styles on it, right? You know what I found out else about how these warehouses and how they be getting us with the money? It's like so you know that made when it says something say made in Italy or made in whatever, right? Do you know the legal rule is that, for example, for a bag that says made in Italy or Birkin or something like that, made in Italy or something like that, or made in whatever. You know the rule is that whole person, that whole bag or whatever is made in probably China somewhere, right? Or Asia somewhere, let's say that. Made in Asia, right? And they'll do the whole process, make the bags all high quality, but it's the quality of what it is coming out that warehouse out of Asia somewhere. And then they'll ship it to the country it's going to. And then when it gets to Italy or wherever it gets to, they'll either put a tag on it, the made in Italy tag, or maybe put a zipper on, and you can officially say it's made in that place once you add that to that. So technically, it's not made in Italy, or like most of the stuff. It's not made where you think they made. Some of these countries have their own factories, which that happens, right? But it's like watches. I found out that the inside of watches, you can buy a watch workings from anywhere. Seiko, one of the most respected and longest brands in watches, they sell their movements to other companies, right? In early days, if I'm not mistaken, early on in early on in Patek Philippe, either Patek or Audemars, one of them was using early Seiko movements. So you're buying a Patek Philippe or AP, I mean, way back in the day, obviously, way back in the day. But you got a Seiko movement on the inside because Seiko makes some of the best movements. It is what it is, right? So same thing for Made in Italy tag. When you buy Made in Italy, it wasn't Made in Italy, that's Made in Asia somewhere, and they slap their tag on, and now you can officially say it's Made in Italy. Same shit. Same thing. Yep. So yeah. Yo, so look, I'm glad some ladies on here. Shout out to women in the building. I appreciate y'all. I really want to know your thoughts on something. And to the fellas too. Y'all not out of the woods. I mean, I want to know what y'all think on this. I want to show this clip of this young lady that's dealing with some issues, right? And let me see fake rollers that have every part in them just made off record and some. That's a fact. And Rolex to tell you, if you try to take that watch to Rolex to get a service, they'll tell you we don't make those. Let me tell you what happened to the homegirl one time, and I'm gonna get into this other clip. My homegirl was taking her Louis bag to go get cleaned, so she had a friend with her that just happened to be with her, and she was going to Rodeo to the Louis store. Her friend had a Louis bag too, so my homegirl walked in the store, and she said, she want to get her bag clean and whatever. And they took her bag, checked her bag out and everything, and said, okay, cool, you can come back, and I guess gave her a date or whatever, a time or whatever. Cool. And her friend was like, well, since I'm here, I might as well get my clean. So her friend was like, can you guys clean my bag too? So she gave it to the lady. The lady looked at her bag and inspected it and said, I'm sorry, man, we don't make these. Yo, let me tell you something. I consider myself a pretty good friend. Am I the best friend? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Can I be better as friends? Yeah, we can all be better, right? But let me tell you something. If I was there when that happened, if the Louis person said, I'm sorry, man, we don't make those, I would slowly look at you and then turn back and fall on the floor laughing. I would be crying laughing. I would be a disturbance. Not because I'm rude or nasty, it's because I'm laughing too loud and I'm starting to choke and I can't breathe for what just happened. And I would be removed from the store, right? But one thing they ain't gonna do is give my bag back. They gonna clean my bag because it's real. But you gotta take yours with you because they don't make those. I would have been on the floor, embarrassed. She said she looked at it, like, look, open inside, look, whatever. She said, I'm sorry, man, we don't make those. And pushed it back across the counter. God knew. God, you know why God is so good? God be knowing not to have me in certain situations. He know that I couldn't handle that being there, watching that happen. He know that wasn't good for me, for my health and her health or his health, whoever I was with that had to fake something, right? Because having to fake something, hey man, that's your thing. I'm not mad at that. We all done got off something before in our lives, but taking it to the store and finding out, oh, that's another story. Bro, I know about Canal Street. If I see somebody on Canal Street, I'm assuming you shopping. Hey, Shaq, if I see someone on Canal Street, I'm assuming you shopping. Hey, Michelle J. Look, they didn't take it. She said, I'm sorry, we don't make those. Hey, I know. I'm sorry, we don't make those. She passed it back. That's a fact. She even take it. I'm sorry, we don't make those. Hey, Rolex should do that too. If you give Rolex if you take your watch to Rolex to get service and you got it's probably a real Rolex, but you got like aftermarket parts. You may have switched the band, or you may have got a custom dial or something like that. Whatever. Rolex to be like, I'm sorry, we can't take that. I'm not touching that. They can't. It's crazy. That's funny. But look, while I have y'all here, I want to know what y'all think about this clip of this young lady talking. And she has an issue. So she's having problems with. Look, let me just play it. Check this out.
I told myself that I was going to be way more unfiltered on this app, so here it goes. I really wish I was into girls. Like, I really wish I was homosexual. Like, the level of emotional unavailability that I find in men consistently is so overwhelming. The weaponized incompetence, the obsession over sensitivity that they have no desire to be responsible for. Oh my gosh. Like, having to just teach them compassion. Like, nobody taught you compassion. You're learning empathy and you're 30. You're just now learning empathy. You don't know what reciprocity is. I wish I was not attracted to them. Like, I wish I had no desire for their warmth. Like, we've outgrown them, like, as a species. Like, I'm convinced. It's always sorry. Bro, you've been sorry for years. You've been sorry to people you love for years.
So, what are our thoughts? What are our thoughts? So, let me start. So, I'm talking like I got a panel of people up here, right? Let me start. So, one thing I didn't understand. I mean, I kind of get it, but one thing I don't understand is how, right? Men and women. Michelle, that's what I'm saying. But that's definitely an option. But I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say that now I don't believe her. I believe her. She wants what she wants. But that's how I saw it, Michelle. Like you went through a couple of things and then it went all bad, and then you hate the whole throw the baby away with the bathwater, right? It just kills me how people build these narratives because your experiences in life kind of shape out these twisted ideas, and then you make it law. And not only do you make it law, you spread this shit through social media. Stuff becomes viral and stuff. People, whether they argue or agreeing or not, it becomes a thing. And then there's a narrative started. Then there's your other hurt people and there's this echo chamber starts to happen. And then there's, yeah, she right because you niggas lack compassion and y'all lack empathy. You know what? A lot of men do lack compassion and lack empathy. But to say all, and you're saying all because a couple of things. If you didn't use the word all, you said, I think I want to be homosexual. Her words, not mine. Right? Which is fine. But I'm like, so that means you think all. That's why I said that. That's the point of me connecting the all part. So you gonna give up on men because you believe that all men lack compassion and empathy? None. There's none. There's nobody. And look, here's the thing. Even if it's hard to find, because on a large part, I will agree. I don't have to argue with anybody. A large part, men ain't shit. For a large part, not all of them at all, but a lot of us aren't. We are horrible people. A lot of us are horrible people. I'm talking about in the grand scheme of like history when it comes to like crime and things done for religion and power and control and government and tons of things we can go through on how men are horrible, can be very horrible creatures, right? And has done this world in, right? Me being a man, I love being a man and I love good men. But I also know how we can be outnumbered from evil motherfuckers, right? But what I will never do is get on here and say all men need to, or all these chicks be doing this, or I'm tired of women, so I'm gonna just stay single forever. Like, nigga, all women? It's so many different types of women from different cultures, different ways of living. Like, whatever look, here's the thing. You said men aren't compassionate. So I'm just going to assume that maybe the men around you are compassionate, right? Let's go further from around you. Maybe men in your city aren't compassionate. Let's go further. Maybe men in your state aren't as compassionate. Let's go further. Maybe men on that side of the country aren't as compassionate. Let's go further. I can keep doing that, right? But we also know culture changes depending on areas, region, whether you hop on a plane and go somewhere overseas where the men act completely different for whatever reason, right? Where men and women are completely different with how they deal with each other in other countries and other regions. It's the reason why a lot of people move, right? It's like which I'm not excusing this because I don't want to get into the narrative of what the tags have been put on these guys, but it's like passport bros, right? They got a name for going over there. People think that passport bros mean you go to another country just to have sex with a lot of women, right? And a lot of those guys are saying, no, we didn't go over here to have sex. We can have sex with women anywhere. We went over there to enjoy a different type of culture who caters to men differently, who don't have the American goggles on about how they view each other. You know what I'm saying? Because men and women who are dealing with our differences back and forth don't truly hate each other. There's these things we don't like about each other sometimes, but I don't cover it in race sometimes. And if I did, then I'll just change race or change whatever. Not me, I love black women, but I'm saying that, like, if someone hates women and then they go date an Asian girl, I'm like, well, he don't hate women. He dated and liked and fell in love and got married to an Asian woman, right? And then instead of being happy with that, you'll make another excuse for him saying that, oh, well, he probably like he want to run over some girl. She's subservient, submissive to him, and all. I'm like, well, he found what he likes, just like you can go find what you like. But videos like that tell you that, oh, you know what? Ain't nothing out here. I need to switch teams. I'm gonna just be gay. That's what she's saying. And I gotta put that at the end of it for somebody clip that clip and just got a clip of me saying, look, hey, I just want to be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like how it's almost it's irresponsible, in my opinion, even in her own experiences, right? Because look, we also, for example, if you take white woman who lives in an area where a lot of races mix, and then her last 3 times getting robbed is by black people, right? Say her last 3 times getting robbed, whether somebody snatched a purse, somebody tried to jack her for a car one time, or somebody ran off with her phone and was in her hand and they ran off. Say the last 3 times that happened, in the course of maybe a couple of years, say there were 3 black dudes. Let's be honest. This is safe space in homeroom. How would you start looking at black dudes that are around? Now it's messed up, but that's what trauma does to you. Mess you the hell up. I'm not talking to somebody who just look at my face, hear stories, and assume I'm going to snatch her purse in the elevator. I'm not talking about her. That's not who I'm talking about. Right? I know that kind of like indirect, kind of like there's no reason to, but you picked up kind of bigotry. I get that, right? But it's just how we look at like gangbanging, right? I know them niggas over there be trying to kill us. And even though when you break it down to who they are, y'all probably would get along with them more than y'all do. It's like when they go to jail. Niggas don't be beefing in jail. Your enemies don't beefing. It's like blacks, Hispanics, whites, right? So in jail, it's all cool. The mental thing we have on each other is gone when you're in jail because you switch it, which means you have the control to turn it on and off. Because when you get in jail, your street enemy ain't the same in jail, right? Niggas be eating with the enemies and all that. Got a cellmate with the enemies. They ain't fought. They ain't did nothing. They homies in jail. The minute they hit the streets, you switch the other switch, and then you go back to enemies, which means it's all a game, right? So I can apply that same kind of thing to this conversation. You know what I mean? You know, it's wait. Yeah, I think, and Breezy, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, I'm just saying, like, we look. This is what I understand. I was having a conversation with my homegirl, which I'm gonna have her on one day on I do my safe room podcast sometime when I interviewing people. That's gonna be a real dope conversation with one of my homegirls. I was having a conversation with her, and about this video, and I told her, like, I don't really agree with her. Like, I think that's stupid. I think it's a ridiculous statement. And she started giving me a bunch of stats about. She wasn't wrong. She was just saying how, men are more of this, and men be doing this more. Men commit more murders, and men rape at a higher rate, and men do, all these inflated numbers that you got to give context to what's be actually going on, right? But I told her, I said, yeah, I said, but the problem is that we're not talking about rapists and murderers, right? If you do the whole, if you generalize the whole thing, of course it's gonna look crazy and sound crazy, right? But let's start with two people who are maybe good standing people with common sense. And then let's deal with why they didn't work. That way we can find a real issue of what's going on inside both parties, right? You can't count a rapist I'm sorry, I hate saying that word. I know it's YouTube. You can't count a rapist or essayer in the standings, in the percentages, because I'm like, well, nobody's talking about them. And yeah, they're horrible. And I'm not even using them as an example. I'm not even using them. I'm saying let's talk from a good standing of somebody, two people with common sense and good integrity who don't get along, and why they aren't getting along. Because you know why people don't want to deal with that conversation is because you have to do work on yourself, right? The one thing couple therapy has me facing right now in real life is that, oh, nigga, like, oh, you have a lot of the issues too. See, you think the conversations about with you and your wife are just like, you're right and I'm right and you're wrong. Oh, no. You're finding out how many areas you're wrong in, and you'd even see it. And now you hear her in a different kind of space, and you like, oh, I'm messed up too. And I'm at fault. And she starts to realize that where she's at fault. And then you start to realize people just aren't healed. We are messed up. Thank God I had my Christ to humble me a little bit. The other skill is therapy. So therapy with prayer is helping me greatly learn from all my BS, how to be accountable, and how to process information after I know, like, damn, I was wrong in that, or I was right, and then how to not be an asshole about being right? So I think if we stop saying like men are this and women are this, and we start saying, you know what, let's all work on ourselves. So when we both come to the table, we don't ask what you bringing. You know what I'm saying? When we both show up at this table, nobody asking, what are you bringing? What you bring to the table? What you bring to the Nobody's asking that. Why? Because we're in a different mind frame. I want to get to know you. You want to get to know me. Let's start from that clean slate of like honesty, transparency. Ask all your questions. Let me ask mine. Let's hang out. No expectations. But what are your boundaries? What are we doing? Right? See, niggas hate that question, but it's a legitimate question. What are we dating? Are we dating exclusively or not? And let me choose. I used to always say, one of the most toxic shit I used to do was, when I used to mess with women, I used to always say, I understand why niggas lie, because I'm betting on me. I'm not betting on you. This is really how I used to think. It was super toxic. I used to always explain it as, look, the reason why niggas lie is because my chance on getting whatever I'm trying to get is a higher rate if I don't tell you the truth. And women say, no, tell me the truth so I can choose. And niggas are like, especially manipulators and liars, we like, why would we do that? Why would I tell you I have a girlfriend so you can be like no or yes? I don't want the no or yes option. I want the most likely 90% yes option. So I'll be like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. Now, I've never said that out of my mouth. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just using that as an example of this was still the stuff I would excuse when I would have conversations or talk to my homies or homegirls, right? I used to always use the argument like, well, I'm betting on me. I'm not betting on you. We're all here trying to get something. It's like the police and thieves, like, or drug dealers. It's like, look, man, I sell dope. You try to catch me, right? I'm going, and that's the rat race. I sell dope. You try to catch me. I come up with new ways to sell dope. You to investigate and find out new ways to catch me, and then the cycle goes until I get caught and I'm off the streets forever, or you stop looking for me because whatever the case may be. That's the rat race, the game, right? So the game for me was like, I'm not telling you the truth and ruin my chances at advancing. Why would I do that? I'm betting on me. I'm not betting on you. I'm the for sure bet, right? If I put it in your hands, it's Vegas. I don't want Vegas odds. Niggas get beat to their shoes in Vegas. I'm not doing that, right? So I had to learn that, oh, you know what? First of all, that's toxic as hell. You need help, right? And a bunch of the different stuff before I changed my life and got married and everything. I have to get rid of all that kind of thinking, that mentality. I have to get it up out of here so I don't seep back into my new life. So what I'm saying is that I can sit here and play the blame game on how women ain't this and women don't do that, and women, these modern women, that's a telltale sign you're dealing with real red pill niggas too. When they start talking about modern women, you get in the red pill area. So watch it when you're talking to some of these niggas. That's a red flag for some of you women who didn't know. When you're talking to some of these people that talk about modern women or the women don't do this and all that, whatever, somebody's deflecting. Somebody is deflecting. Because if you start saying that, for example, this is what it sounds like. And just my opinion, because this isn't a fact. It's just what I think, what I hear when I hear this. When she's talking about what's wrong with these men, is no men aren't compassionate, they aren't emotionally intelligent, and I can't do it. I need to switch sides. What she's saying is that it's them, not me. Right? And what she'll find out is that a lot of us need to do the work. Because another thing people don't like to admit is you are what you attract. I'm not talking about nasty dudes who want to have sex with everything. I'm not saying that, right? But we understand when there's a certain type that keep pulling up on you. Because what happens is you start to realize it when you look back and you be like, look, perfect example. I don't know if a lot of y'all know the Bible, but remember Jesus came up to the well and he met the Samaritan woman, right? And he was talking to her about basically letting her know, like, yo, I'm the Messiah you've been looking for. And she didn't believe him. And he was like, and she was like, yeah, okay, or you just saying whatever. And he was like, well, yeah, what about you and your 5 husbands you had? Like, he kind of read her the filth, right? He said, yeah, what about the one husband who, boom, and then you left that one husband. Then you got divorced with that husband that read her the filth, right? So she had to look back, and as she's reading it back to you, you get to see like, oh, yeah, he was messed up, but I was messed up. Oh, he was a good one, and I messed that up because of what I was taught from the first dude. I had it so good, I didn't know what good looked like. I mean, I was done so bad, I don't know what good looked like, right? It's like Fabby Davis said on one of the greatest albums in hip hop history, in my opinion. When Mr. Fab said, what she said, she been winning so long, no, she been losing so long, she don't know what she won, right? She been losing so long, she don't know when she's won. So if you impute this kind of narrative on like, yo, all men are messed up and these niggas need to do this, I'm like, where's the self-reflect? Now, if you could tell me, oh, I'm all healed. I'm perfect for somebody. When I say perfect, I mean perfectly in images as you stand, right? Oh, I'm healed. I don't have the issues. I'm waiting for my healed person. I'm like, good luck. Like, I'm not saying you're going to find somebody messed up, but I'm saying, like, hey, good luck. Sometimes when people are in that space, here's the real, people don't like to admit. Sometimes when people are in that space of trying to figure out what's wrong with people, that's God trying to tell you, no, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And the longer you point the blame at somebody else, like it's another people doing something, it's the longer you don't help yourself. Imagine back in the day when my toxic ass kept blaming women for not being the type of woman that I wanted. You know how long I had to sit through my toxic BS because I'm so blind to what I'm doing because I'm so focused on what everybody else have or don't have. People point the finger so much, they completely missing themselves. The first person you should point out is yourself. Then you start pointing out. That's real life. The first person you start to check is yourself. What kind of traumas and things are you holding on to? What's your triggers and things? What's the things you haven't got over with? What happens when you're in a relationship and then something comes up and something is said and then that suppressed memory comes up, boom, now you're triggered and then you're back at when you was 15, you went through that one thing and now you don't know how to bounce back because you never dealt with that, right? And now you're so distant from your husband or your wife, there's a separation there and you don't know why you feel separate from them because you feel like you were just attacked from something they don't even know you went through. And now you don't know how to get closer, right? And then it starts to decline if you live in that. If you don't get no help for that, then it's the decline of that because you'll hang that one moment up on your whole relationship. And it's fixable. But a lot of us are arrogant. We think we're not the problem. Me and my wife know we have these kind of conversations. We know that both of us need work so we can get to a common ground, a meeting ground of how do we get back to where we were, like when you're 100. Because marriages, you know how it goes. You be married long enough. I've been with my wife for 15 years. You think that whole 15 years you're going to be in the 90 percentile of happiness? Nigga, no. You're not. Sometimes it's going to get so dark, you start to find yourself in the teens. How you going to make it through? And you praying for not having a separation or a divorce for whatever reason. Going through your emotions, you don't know how to control them. And you thinking, is it over? I hope not. I pray not. But I'm tired of her. But I'm tired of him. He get on my nerves. He never going to change. She never going to change. You deal with all these things, right? And then you start to, where I don't want to give up. I love her. I love him. I don't want to miss out on that. I know what we have for real. When I'm not like mad and pissed, I know what I feel of what's actually going on. So I don't want to move off emotions and just break these things. And I'm on the same topic here, right? It's a longer narrative or pattern of things that happen when you start thinking like this. You want to allow yourself to get nowhere because you haven't dealt with the problem, which is you first. So many of us are coming to the table jacked up, hella trauma, triggered, never been in a successful relationship, never seen one, right? You just got a yearning for a partner for whatever reason, right? Because it's a pattern you think, when people get older, they're supposed to get married. Whatever you believe in, whatever you think. There's no actual examples of doing it right? It's like a parent, right? It's like you're learning on the job. So relationships, you got to learn on the job. And a lot of it is failure. A lot of it is. I failed many times in my own relationship. Not knowing how to communicate. Not knowing how to love her the way she's supposed to be loved. Not knowing how to respond, right? Not knowing how to abide by the rules that you guys set for your relationship. That's why these narratives are dangerous. Because if you don't start within, then you'll find yourself on a road to destruction on trying to figure it out. But the foundation ain't even there. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to go on a long rant. I just feel strongly about this conversation because that conversation is being had too much online and going viral. But my homegirl who I was talking to about this, she is an absolutely beautiful person. I mean, inside and out. She's a beautiful person. super successful, super wealthy, still super young, and just vibrant, healthy, super smart, funny, talented. And I'm like, she be dealing with these niggas, not like they bad dudes, but having their issues, their problems. And I just be like, what's going on? What happened? When we talk about the relationship things, like what happened? Like, I remember one homegirl told me they're tired of men coming to the relationship. Oh, they're tired of why you got to be dragged. The statement made was, why you got to be dragged through the fire before they turn out to be the man that you need them to be, right? And I'm like, I understand that, but every man has a transition to where they tired of it. They get tired of it. Sometimes that happens in relationships. So you have those conversations. Why I got to be dragged through the fire for him to get where he needs to be? Well, that's where you learn that sometimes. You learn how you done so much wrong. You tired of that, and you as you grow, you start to value your life more, the person you with more. I'm not excusing it. However you handle it is how you handle it, right? Thank God my wife didn't leave me. So I'm not talking from something I heard. I'm talking from experience, right? When me and my wife went through our thing and she found out I was being a fuck nigga, excuse my language, right? She could have been like, it's over. It's out. I'm done. And I would have been shook to my core. And if that had been the end of my story, there would have been no kind of sympathy or empathy because all you saw was a history of like me being sneaky. Not knowing that there was a change that would come after that. And she would never feel like that again. She would never. I told my wife early on, I don't ever want to see the way she looked at me when she found out. I never want to see that face again. I said, I understand trust is going to be almost impossible to build it, but I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to rebuild that trust. I don't have no desire for other women. I don't. Am I attracted to women? Yes. I'm not an idiot. I'm a man. I'll be a liar if I said I'm not. You know what I mean? But I don't have no desire for other women. I don't want to be with no other woman in no other kind of way. Period. Because I had to learn my lesson and live a life and get through that bullshit. And almost lost her. You know what I mean? It's like some people who maybe drinking and then boom, you get in a car accident, your car flip over 17 times and set on fire, then some dude pulled you from the wreck and you survived. And sometimes that reality check is like, oh yeah, never again. Never will I have another drink again after that has just happened. Because I'm not supposed to be here. That was God's way of saying, chill out. Relax. So yeah, I'm speaking from experience. I was that nigga. Hey, look, I look at it like this. If you killed, I use this example all the time. If you killed Detroit Red, we would have never got to Malcolm X. If you would have killed Detroit Red for being who he was, a pimp, a robber, and a drug dealer, a hustler, a pimp, a robber, and a hustler, and a gambler, right? All these things he was at the time, a criminal. If you'd have killed him being a criminal, he would have just been remembered as Detroit Red, the criminal, somebody probably who deserved to die. That's how a lot of people would have looked at it. But time gives somebody time to change. We don't hold him to that. We don't hold Malcolm X to Detroit Red because he came through that. You got to live and go through something, become something better. I'm not saying you got to drag a woman through the mud to do that, but sometimes life happens how it happens. Same thing on the reverse. I'm not saying some of these wives got to drag their husband through the mud and then turn into the super wife and the dope mom. And however, just be better. However you got to it, get to it. And just be better. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. So when I talk like that, I'm passionate about it. Because if my wife would have gave out, if my wife would have gave up on me, ain't no telling where I would be at. If she would have been like, no, that's you, that's who you are, you're a dirty nigga, and all that stuff, whatever, and that's it, it's over, ain't no telling where I would be right now. No telling. My wife don't worry about me doing none of that BS. What's crazy is, as much as she used to go through my phone sometimes, I'm sure, that she won't even take my code now. She won't even, she what's funny is she won't even take it. My phone is open, face up. She got the code, she keep forgetting it, don't want to be in it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how much I've been showing up. It still work. I ain't forgot about it. It's always worked. I've never want to get to the point where I forgot about what happened and you just living life. And no, I ain't forgot about none of that. That was a drastic change in my life because I understood it. I understood she deserved more from me. You can't give her 100% if you're sharing yourself out here. She needs 100%. Now, here was my other challenge after that. Now that we are faithful, I'm faithful, and you think you're doing a relationship as you're supposed to be doing a relationship, guess what? You got another problem. You don't communicate well. When you thought the infidelity was the end all to be all. You thought that was the one problem. You fixed that. Perfect relationships. Oh no, my brother. You fixed that. Now you found out you don't communicate well. Damn, what do I do with that? How do I fix that? You see what I'm saying? Oh, we got to do therapy. Oh, we have to do therapy. There was a time I didn't want to. And then what happened was I started to feel like I can't communicate properly. I need a mediator. So while my wife was been telling me we need therapy, and I was fighting it for whatever arrogant reason I was fighting it for, then I got to a point where, you know what, we need a mediator because you're not hearing me and I'm fighting you. We need a mediator. She was like, therapy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we end up getting therapy. And then therapy starts showing me, wait a minute, nigga, you don't be right all the time. And a lot of times you be wrong. And let me show you where your communication is off. And check yourself. This is not the therapist talking or my wife. This is all the reality checks, the accountability I'm taking, what I'm hearing without them actually saying it in these conversations. Like, oh, damn. Yeah, you're a great rapper. Yeah, you rapped to thousands of fans before. Yeah, you can talk in front of people. You can do public speaking. You can talk in front of mass crowds. You can speak in front of the most wealthiest, most intelligent people, and also hang with the homies and talk BS. But this relationship, this marriage stuff, another ball game. And you ain't equipped. So how do you get equipped? All right, let's do it. I had to learn that. I'm learning, and I had to learn that. I'm learning that still. How to be that right now. So imagine if my wife would have gave up on me then. Back to that. If she would have took the whole like, these niggas ain't nothing. That's it. I want to be something else and go date my kind. I give up on men all of day together. You know what I mean? Back to that. You think Betty Shabazz would have, if he was Detroit Red, they would, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Austin, real talk. Hey, that's crazy. It's almost like there's people who will jump in a relationship to hide from themselves. But here's the trickery in that is because what happens is that you put yourself in a line of fire. Now you can hide from all these people except your partner. You've been seen. They see you as you are in real life. You can't do no faking. You can't do no lying. It's all we all right here. You gotta look me dead in the face, and I already know what's going on. I'm with you all the time. You can't be that for some. You can't be bad luck in here. There's Terrence in here. Terrence is in here. That's what I've been dealing with. You can't be bad luck in here. And not that you can't be, but if you start pressing that, you know what I mean? Then it's a problem. Straight up. Happens all the time. See that's the part, right? That's why I always tell people, even with that conversation, my conversation with my friend about that video clip, is that we need to focus more on doing work on us before we start looking for husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends. Because you don't want to meet someone that you actually deserve, that will love you the way you're supposed to be loved, but your messed up ass about to fumble it. You're about to fumble it because you don't even know how to be loved. You don't even know what it is to love somebody in the way they need to be loved. You just think, oh, what you mean? Think about it. Think as a kid, when do you learn how to be in a relationship as a young person? Right? I remember my youngest days of being in one of my first relationships. It was in a third grade, fourth grade, Hillcrest Elementary. Mrs. Jackson or Mrs. Armstrong, I forgot. And I asked the one girl to be with me. I said, do you want to be my girlfriend? She said, yeah. And then we just together. That's it. You know. And then, okay, what do we do now? We supposed to kiss tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, what? You know. And you get older, you talk to people, right? You talk to people. Sometimes you got to go through your hyper sex stage. So sometimes you start off backwards. You like somebody, they like you. You start talking about sex early, and then trying to go to the sex route, right? Or you go with them, and then you try to get sex fast. Y'all not technically dating. You're just talking to her more, and y'all on the phone until you fall asleep. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember them. Y'all got cell phones now, so it's a little different. But you be on the phone until you fall asleep. Talk to that person. Can't wait to see him at school tomorrow, or if they're in your neighborhood, can't wait to see him after school. You go talk and hang out, maybe kiss and hide and play little dumbass games. But y'all ain't really learning how to be in a relationship. Y'all just about to go through puberty and you hot as hell for each other. Because that's what men and women do. But you haven't really talked about how to even do it. You become an adult, you've had sex enough times, so now you think you know what you want. Or I like this kind of person. Remember, we put so much emphasis in looks. I'm not saying you're supposed to be attracted to the person you want to be with, but that was always like, oh my man and my girl got to be this, right? Gotta look like this. And I'm like, he found out that he can look like that, but he also could be very abusive. Or she can look like that, but she also could be very giving, if you know what I mean. So, you know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no work to talk and find out if you like a person. Motherfucker should be horny. You never really learn how to like a motherfucker. Yeah, man. So what happens is when we become adults, and you in your 20s, or you in your 20s start getting a little serious about relationships. Y'all supposed to take it serious. Y'all probably out here playing, lying to each other. See, it's bad coming in the social media era. We didn't have that. I was a youngin, so you had it's like the phone, and the people I knew was the people I knew. Wasn't no extra people around. I couldn't imagine dealing with that pressure. I'm glad as hell for people around, like, let's say late 30s, 40s, whoever in the chat. Could y'all imagine how the pressure of having social media and when we were kids, bro? What? I would have blew up and died probably. What? Like all we knew was all we knew. I called the people I knew and had their number. They called me. That's it. The people I saw at school, remember, school is programmed to, okay, you know who there, you know who's going to be there till graduation. That's it. If you went to a party, maybe you met somebody else. If you was too young to meet other people, that's out, right? And then maybe if you go to the mall or something like that, you might meet other people. For the most part, the people you knew were the people you knew. Social media puts everybody in a room together. Adults, kids, porn stars, gangsters, murderers, perverts, teachers, pastors, everybody in a room together. And when has that been cool? There was a reason there was a kids' table at Thanksgiving dinner. Because they don't need to be sitting over here while we have adult conversations. How do young asses go over there and talk kid stuff to each other? But social media has put us all in the room together. So here's what's happening. You start learning from things you start seeing and hearing. Narratives are built, right? A young kid don't know nothing about a woman is being told all women want money or want you for your money. That's he keep hearing up and down his timeline. Not knowing the algorithms is starting to shape what he thinks in real life. He think that all women want your money. So how he respond? I'm gonna use them like they use me. That's how he respond. Women are told men ain't anything, you can't trust them. They're all cheat. All men cheat, period. Bottom line, that's it. You can't trust them. Get what you need. You don't have to have nothing because the man should be paying for it. And then that girl lives her life like that. Or the dude is he's taught to be, this is what tough look like. You got to be from here. You got to know how to shoot this kind of gun. Don't let no nigga talk to you crazy. Or if you get into it with nigga, go on live and threaten them and give them your location. What? They're being taught this on the internet. You know, women, if it get too tough, you can't make no money. OnlyFans is for you. Are you 18? Get your money. And I've heard women try to teach. I've heard women trying to teach the lighter side of OnlyFans. Oh, girl, I don't get naked on OnlyFans. I just sell my feet videos. Fam, what are we teaching our peoples? And when I say our people, I mean humans in general. So imagine being that young and being on social media. Me, if I was on social media back then, my life, I don't even talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. It took a lot, right? I just did for the ones who are following me on Instagram. They put my I forgot to put my banner down here so you can see my Instagram banner ain't on here. But for the ones who know me on Instagram, if you follow me, it's BADLUCC354. BADLUCC354. I just did a post the other day where I talked about how ever since I changed my life, which I still be fumbling and making mistakes at, right? But excuse me. Ever since I changed my life, my Explorer page has changed. And I posted it. I posted my Explorer page. My Explorer page is all watches. All different kind of watches. Luxury watches, Seikos, micro brands. They're all watches. Right? Some years back, it used to be all naked women in bikinis, thick ladies, big old this, big old that, porn stars. The whole Explorer page, all women. If you let a nigga borrow your phone and search his name, they go or a girl or your mama or somebody, whatever, or your wife or something, it's gonna be all bad. Just you can't. Your Explorer page is the truth. Your Explorer page is what you spend your time on that phone in that app. My Explorer page, all watches. I posted on Instagram the other day, so y'all can see it. And it talks about how I used to be one way and I started changing my life a lot, drastically, in just certain areas. And I went to go search a name because I searched a lot of names in a long time. I went to search a name and noticed that my Explore page was different. And I was proud of that. To be honest with you, I was proud of that because it just showed change. It reminded me that instead of focusing on that, I focused on something else, and then your life starts changing around you. Your world starts changing around you. Right right now, I need to focus on dieting. Right now, that's my thing. I be thinking about every day. Like I need to diet. I need to eat better. I need to exercise more. So I got to get my weight down. I'm supposed to be this size at this age. I got to get together. I don't ever want y'all hearing from me or getting some story from me like, hey man, you heard what happened to Lucc? Mm-mm. So I got to build a habit. And that habit, if you focus on the habit, all the other stuff around you start changing. That's a fact, Michelle. The algorithm is going to humble you. It's going to humble you for sure. It'll show you exactly what you be on. And if you let the wrong person see it, or the right person, you're gonna be seen in real life. Yeah, man. $100%, Shaq. And I need to remind me today. I'm gonna buy some stuff to start making my foodie too. I got a blender, and my wife usually makes the smoothies. And I love a good boiled egg and avocado. I ain't gonna front. I love that just on some regular shit. But yeah, Shaq, I do need to. That's what it needs to be happening for sure. Because that alone is a huge change in diet. You feel me, PJ? Hey, that search will humble you. It'll show you exactly how filthy or dark or weird or whatever you are. That search will humble you for sure. If you haven't looked, go ahead and look. Go on Instagram right now and search like you about to search a name. See what your Explorer page is showing. You ain't got to tell us on here, but give yourself a bar. Go see who you really are. I don't care what you think you are. Go see what you really are on that Explorer page. That is the truth. Your Explorer page will humble you fast. That's a fact. Michelle, that's real. Hey, yep. You know what happened? If you ain't been to your Explorer page, depending on what you be looking at, and you go do that search, your page say, yep, that's the Explorer page. That's how it sounds when you do that. If you turn your volume all the way up, it's very, very low, but you can hear it. As soon as you turn on the Explorer page, it'd be like, yep, yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you nasty. Yeah, that's you. You filthy mother. That's you. Yep, that is you. You your nasty ass. That is you. Yep. Some of you niggas gotta wear gloves to open your Explorer page. Hey, PJ, hey, don't get caught up. Because it's never, see, I think what happens is for men a lot of times too, for men, especially in relationships, right? Is that you don't lose your attraction for women, so you still find yourself looking at shit, right? Some girl with a fat butt walk by, you look, or some girl with some big titties or whatever, you like, oh, let me look, or you scroll through it, some thick ass lady, you like, oh, you hold the picture a little longer, right? But all those things, you hold the picture a little longer, your which you know already, your Instagram takes account of that, how long you was on something. They like, oh, he spent a good 1 minute looking at this picture. It ain't even a video. He spent 1 minute looking at this picture. Oh, he must like that. That's your algorithm say. He must like that. Oh, load him up. Your algorithm be like, yeah, load him up. Yeah. Oh, he like thick Latino chicks. Load him up and explore page. You don't look the you don't look at one woman for too long. Your whole Explorer page look like Booty Talk 17. You don't watch one video. Now your whole Explorer page need caution tape. You need police tape around your Explorer tape page. Yeah, but that'll show you for real though. Oh, excuse me. Oh, but yeah, I even see that. I see Austin. I think Austin hip you to it though. I even see that. My bad. But yeah, Austin right on with that. Word, this is real. If somebody shares something to roll up, you can see what that person that sent you be like. That's funny. I should screenshot it and send it back. Like, oh, this is what you be on. That's embarrassing. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all get that together. Don't let that Explorer page embarrass you. Don't let that, you go, because you meet people, and it used to be, exchange numbers. I'm not talking about for relationship purposes. It can be for business. You could be passing somebody a phone like, yo, oh, you're a photographer. I need pictures. Oh, well, man, let me take your Instagram down. You hand them the phone so they can type it, because that's how we get it. That's how we communicate now. You hand that person the phone, or you hand whatever, or you may have met you may have went to I don't know, you met a pastor somewhere. And you're like, oh man, I love your sermons. I watch your internet. And do you guys have a pay account for your church? Yeah. I put it in. Put my church in your page, and then boom, they go to the search thing, the little glass search thing, boom, and you like he looking like, oh yeah, you for sure be there Sunday. You be there Sunday. Hey, the pastor pick up your phone. The pastor pick up your phone, push Explorer, get the Explorer page, and be like, oh yeah. Matter of fact, you take down my number. You email us, whatever you gotta do. You be there Sunday. You be there Sunday. You go to Rich Religion. You go to search like you go to your Instagram page like you home, and hit the little magnifying glass at the bottom and say search. Like you about to search up a name, like you're trying to find somebody. That page that pop up is gonna be your Explorer page. That's gonna show you exactly what you be on. Right. Be there Sunday. Yeah, leave your phone at home. Because nothing godly about what's in that phone. That's funny. Oh, excuse me. Look, let me show y'all. Show y'all real time my phone. Look, it's my phone right here, bam. My Explorer page, all watches. Wait, where the camera at? Oh, I don't know if y'all can see. They ain't focusing good, but there you go. Watches. That's what I'll be on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. That's crazy. Boom. Hey, he said, this is how you get out of it. So this is how you erase your filth, right? For those of you who can't show your Explorer page to the public because these people would think you're a monster, this is how you this is how you change your page back. This is how you take your power back. If you don't want to do it the long way, like kind of like by changing your habits in your life, you can cheat and you can do the shortcut way, which is fine. It's fine. That's the way to do it, just so you don't get busted. I never did this before. Hey, you stupid dog. Hey, what you watching? That's funny. My mom ain't gonna watch this. That's funny. Hey, man. Hey, I enjoyed y'all today, man. I know I went on my long rant, but I'll be passionate about that. Men and women dealing with each other, and narratives, and because I'm such a fan of love, I hate these narratives that be separating us and dividing us all the time, and we spend so much time arguing that BS on the internet, and everybody feel like they want to be right, and it just pushes us further and further away from each other. I hate it. Hate it. But I appreciate all y'all falling through homeroom this morning. Everybody was in the building today. Austin Kelly, definitely my good brother. Man, Austin, I'm about to see you in a few anyway, right? We about to go check out some watches. But we'll hang out with my brother Austin today anyway. Austin Kelly, I'll see him today. Michelle J, definitely in the building. Appreciate you always. Rich Religion, definitely in the building, my good brother. PJ Allen, definitely in the building. Who else in the building? Who else was in the building? Shaq, definitely in the building. My good boy, my good brother. Definitely in the building. Tafashe is definitely in the building, my brother. Appreciate you. Breezy, definitely in the building. And I had Beezy early today, too. Definitely in the building. Visionary Star was definitely in the building today, holding it down. Appreciate you, my good. Matter of fact, do I know? Yeah, he's a guy, right? Visionary Star, my good brother. Appreciate you, man, falling through. Kevin Philly, my dog. Appreciate you, my good brother. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out today. Nick was definitely in the building. Appreciate you, Nick. My boy. King 88, definitely in the building. Appreciate you, my dog. Yes, sir. I think that's about everybody was definitely in the building. I didn't want to miss nobody. Let me see. Everybody. Oh, Isfo Dub definitely was in the building. Appreciate you falling through and for dropping that verse in there, that spiritual verse. We definitely needed that. I appreciate you, my good brother. Mockwack TV was definitely in the building. Appreciate you, my dog. I think that's everybody. Jen, definitely in the building. Yeah, I think that's everybody now. Oh, TFG, True Fat Guy was definitely, he was the first one in the building. Shout out TFG, my good brother. I think that's everybody now. I don't want to miss nobody, but I think that's everybody. Oh, Daniel Puga definitely was in the building. Now, that's for sure everybody. Because I said Beezy Peace was down there. Beezy, appreciate you. I think that's everybody for real this time. Yep. I got everybody covered. Hey, man, I appreciate all y'all falling through. Let me see. Now, let this day. Man. Let me see. You feel me? Almost there. Almost there. Slowly but surely. But you know what though, Michelle, I definitely was watching that early on, trying to get to this, but you know what? I've been having so much fun with y'all on Homeroom, and the conversation has been so dope that I ain't been really paying attention to that. You know what I mean? Which has been cool because if you watch it, it can be a slow burn for you watching the numbers try to turn over. But we've been having so much dope conversation. I've been kind of just excited about that. Anyway, you know what I mean? The number thing, monetize, and all that stuff like that. I'm obviously proud of that, and I do want that to happen. But we've been having great conversation. We've been holding each other down. Hell, we've been praying for one another. Like, that's way bigger than monetization. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate that, but also I'm so glad y'all hold me down, just showing up and supporting. Because that's 100% what I'm standing on. That is dope. That is dope. Visionary, you know what's crazy? Why you just can't be? Why it always got to be something? I said, my guy, you like, I'm not just a guy, Lucc. I'm a king. It's always something, bro. bro just want, he ain't even arguing, but he low-key wanted to argue. You're not really arguing. I'm just playing with you, but it's always something. He can't just be like, yeah, what's up, my guy? It always got to be something extra. You're right, Michelle. Appreciate that. Real talk. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it all too. In real life. In real life, I am. Appreciate it. But I mean, let me see if they're running around. We can't blame this guy. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Austin. You know what I mean? He deserve it. You know. but he be tripping though. He be wilding. But man, I do appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for hanging out with me today, man. Always a pleasure hanging out with y'all. Y'all be holding me down. Y'all keep this thing cracking. Y'all keep me. Y'all make it so I have to talk to myself. That's what's most important. I get to chop it up with y'all about some real stuff and lend my honest and transparent opinion, whether wrong or right. I'm glad y'all show up, and I appreciate y'all, man. So thanks for kicking off your morning with me here at Homeroom. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear from you as always. Until next time, stay real, stay inspired, and have a great day. We rocking like that, man. I appreciate you. I love y'all. Peace.